technology, and
I don't know why this page
we're gonna
looks
get
so
into
bad.
Huawei, even though Huawei's in some heat.
It's Huawei. But
In some heat right now with their CFO, which is also the daughter of the founder of Huawei. She was arrested.
Weird.
I don't know.
She is
It's
not
just
being
bad.
extradited, but she is going to be tried in Canada on the criminal charges she's on right now for violating sanctions of Iran.
257.
So,
So for the site we're showing,
Something offensive.
the site we're showing, they're tuning the 48 megapixel camera, but they took it with like a freaking VGA camera for some reason.
I don't know why that is.
This page looks awful.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into and it's funny because I'm getting a new Huawei phone tomorrow.
It's Huawei.
Anyway,
Jesus.
Huawei.
I asked Alvin.
anyway,
The chipmunks.
and the,
No,
yes,
Alvin. He's a friend.
he was there today.
No, on Sunday
Okay,
I asked.
was
him.
say he had a personal day. Anyway, the Honor 20 the Honor View 20, which probably has the best camera on the market right now.
Hell yeah.
Well, the highest megapixel camera on the market.
No, it has one of the biggest sensors too.
Oh, biggest.
Yeah, it has
okay.
the biggest sensor,
I understand what you mean by big now. Okay.
Yeah, the biggest sensor too. So I think it'll outperform the iPhone
Bigger than the banana.
if it's as good as it claims, which is going to be pretty impressive.
It has a 48 megapixel camera.
We're not talking about the megapixel camera though, not the 48. But that's not what's big.
It's the sensor itself.
Yeah, I don't care if this megapixel is like 12,000. I don't give a shit. That's not going to do anything for me.
Whatever, it's
because
gonna
that's not going to take in any light. The sensor is what's taking in your light. You want that big.
Yeah.
It's a 12 megapixel on the front, I believe. But just
The fact that it's a Sony sensor, though.
oh my god! It just the screen to body ratio is so beautiful.
They're calling it. They're either calling it the punch out camera or the pimple.
Like I've got Samsung on my mind because, like I said, when this is all paid off, my cotton candy phone will be traded in because it's out of the cotton candy phone because it's purple and blue.
Yeah.
Freaking dummies. So, anyways, if I get another phone, it's gonna have to be between if they make another version of this or Samsung Galaxy S10. This is beautiful. I love the all-screen display. I want to know if there's an in-screen fingerprint reader though. Like
No, that's one thing that Huawei does that actually I really like is why one of the main reasons why I decided to go with Huawei because I love this fingerprint sensor on the back because it makes way more sense of how I grab my phone out of my pocket.
I don't think it has it on the back in this one. I think it's on the side.
Oh, it might be on. Oh, yeah, it's right. It is on the side. It is on the
Picture
side.
of it. Just
No, you're right. It is on the side because I remember reading this before.
I bet you it's probably on the side where the power button is. I bet you that's what it is.
Yeah.
But just this alone, like I said, it has a 4.5 cutout camera portion for the front, which makes that display, that all-screen display, that much bigger. And like I said, I'm not in the end. What sells me on this phone, obviously the 48 megapixel in my head sounds amazing, but what sells me is the all-screen display. Yeah. That is what sells it the most.
It's got a half-inch sensor.
Yeah,
Holy
and actually,
crap.
Ben, I want to show you something. So
half-inch.
Can you see the difference? Let me brighten the screen so you can actually fucking see it. So I can show you what a sensor actually does.
I know what it does.
This is actually this sensor. I mean, this sensor that we're talking about in this phone. So look how blurry those letters are. And these are the same megapixels. These both we're talking with, I think, 32 megapixel. I think it was. This photo was taken. That's with this new sensor. That's with some old crappy sensor. And this sensor is way bigger. That's what you get.
Well, that's
it's
great.
way more crisp.
The sensor is great, but
way more
I
crisp.
stop hitting the mic.
Yeah, I know.
I love the fact that it's a all view screen. I love that concept, and it's supposed to be the future of the phones. Like I said, I'm a little slightly disappointed that they don't have the in screen fingerprint reader because that's a new technology people are using now. I really think that's what it should be in every phone now. But
the thing is though that how do you grab your phone in your pocket? Because I grab my phone out of my pocket, right?
On my sides.
Well, no, I grab my phone like this, okay? But I grab my phone like this, and my hand is literally like in this position when I'm pulling out my pocket. So where Huawei puts their sensor right here. So as soon as I pull it out, as soon as I turn the phone to look at me, it's already unlocked.
No, I get it. I get the point where the finger lays. That's why they're putting it. But I get that. But in my head, when you can clear up space in the back of a phone, where you can put more stuff in a phone, putting a fingerprint reader inside of the phone itself, it makes room for more improvements for the phone they can put in there. Like literally, they can go, listen, we have a 48 megapixel one back here, all right? Now, since we moved the fingerprint reader inside the screen, we can put a bigger flash on there so you have more of a flash capability, or maybe a sensor that allows you to take better nightscape photos without using a flash. Or something like that. That's why I like the thought process of putting it into the screen.
It's not showing, like they put a special case on this so it doesn't show everything. So we don't really know. But but it looks like, here's the thing. It looks like there's only 2 cameras on this phone.
Yeah, but for 48 and like a 1 inch or half inch.
No, I understand that, but you were all about, it's got to have more cameras, the better.
Well, I understand that concept, but the display ratio is what's killing me right now. I love that display ratio.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta remember the Pixel. Like the Pixel has the best. Has the best photos on the market.
Pixel is great, but I don't.
It has the best photos. It has the best photos on the market. Hands down, because of the sensor. It only has 1 camera on it, but it takes the best photos out of all the phones.
I'm grasping
that notch is like the worst for OCD.
Yeah, I have OCD with notches. It's like your chin phone on the bottom of your phone where your damn fucking camera lies. That aggravates me when you have a quarter. I used a 1/4 inch. I bet you it's something like that.
Yeah.
But that thing aggravates me when I see that little block on the bottom, and then there's your phone, there's your camera going. Oh well, shit. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And the screen to body ratio is what getting me to this. It's like almost 99.9 almost in my head.
Okay. So this phone, we're gonna get more details eventually.
If I get it, I'll be reviewing it.
So it looks really nice. But let's talk about this other phone that I think you talked about a while ago, actually, Ben.
Yeah, we briefly talked about it, but this is
A8.
We briefly brought it up because there's other stories that were more important at the time. You guys said. This is
we talked about this one.
Yeah, we did. We talked about this one. I remember editing the podcast.
So,
hey, man, they're not always right. They're not always right, man. Sometimes stuff.
I know. I'm a little. I'm offended.
So this is getting the hole punch as well.
Yes, and it's 6.4 inches. It's 2340 by 1080 display with a 24 snapper on the back. What they call it?
What?
24 snapper.
What does a snapper?
I guess it's the term they're using for their photos or their camera sensor.
All right.
A camera is a 24 snapper. Around the back, there is 3 other cameras offering a 24 megapixel, 10 megapixel, and a 5 megapixel. 24 is the main, 10 is the telephoto, and 5 is the depth sensing camera. So you got 24 in the front, and you got 24, 10, and 5 on the back. But it's also rocking the A8 processor, and this is not the in-screen fingerprint reader on this one. But it does have the screen-to-body ratio on this one, too, because it's 128 gigs of storage with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM on it. And this is what they...
fine for future-proof, but...
It's a Snapdragon 710.
Yes.
So I don't know how that is.
So what this phone is like you got the Samsung Galaxy S10 that's coming out, okay?
Yes.
Now, this is a step below it. That's supposed to have the newer tech, other than the 710, that's supposed to be implanted into the S10 in the future terms. So they're trialing it on this phone to go into the S10 later. So this is what I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do. That little pimple camera on the back, on the front is what they're probably going to rock on the S10. But they're also going to get rid of that circular section for the fingerprint reader and allow the cameras to go diagonal, because I've seen spec images of what it looks like so far.
You mean horizontal?
Yeah, horizontal. They're going to go horizontal. It's going to be 4 cameras on the back, allowing that more cameras on there because they're taking out the fingerprint reader and put it in the screen.
Yeah.
So many cameras.
Well, again, I understand the concept, the fact that one camera, as long as it has a good sensor, that makes sense. It'll be good. But at the same time, if I can get 4 cameras on one phone, that's also good to me too, because at the same time, there's more options you can do with it. I know one sensor could probably do all that too, but you gotta think the power is being driven on that one sensor. If it's only one sensor,
well, no, you have more options with that. But in general, if you have a better sensor, you could take a better shot overall.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
Better shot,
But I still think when it has four camera sensors on it, it still gives you more options. And
all right, continue.
It gives you more options for other things.
Yeah.
like I'm wondering what that fourth camera is on that, like if that's real, because you like this one, it's got a regular 24 megapixel, then it's got a telephoto, which is for zoom.
Yeah.
All right, and then the other one is for the bokeh effect, the depth sensing.
Yeah.
So what is the fourth one? Is that the black and white one or whatever the heck they call it?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Again, I don't know why I just think, like I said, both phones are kind of like are pulling me in. The Huawei one is
Huawei.
the Honor phone is actually pulling me in closer right now because
what's the one we found the other day that was like $480?
I don't remember.
There's one we were looking at the other night, which was really nice.
But I just think both of these are good. But this is what that Samsung's gonna rock with to test out the new software, the new everything in Samsung before they do the S10. And I already seen spec images of S10. And S10 it looks like it's going to look freaking great because it's gonna have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which they're keeping, and they're gonna have 4 cameras on it, and it's supposed to be like 100% screen to body ratio almost with what's up that little pimple of the camera in the front.
Yeah.
And this next article, I have no